Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to men's game here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. It is the Hobart Huskies taking on the Geelong Supercats. Ron Riggs, Justin Bryan on hand with you here in Kingborough. And JB, in some ways, I feel like it's a... You want to say it's a replay of last year's preliminary final, but because of a new league and a new branding change, the rivalry might not be as intense what it used to be, but this will still be a great game to watch tonight.
A lot of big names missing and a lot of new faces joining. As we mentioned, welcome into the Kingborough Sports Centre. Ronald, this is going to be a very interesting clash. While Hobart are sitting at currently 12th on the, well, as I say, 12th on the ladder in the men's, and Geelong sit 4th on the ladder in the men's. A 5-6 versus 7-5 record. This game is going to be one of the best contests we've seen at the Sports Centre, and certainly is going to be one of the best contests for our men so far tonight. We're looking forward, as our court announcer Craig Irons would say, to a heater of a game.
Absolutely, JB. So Geelong with a very similar lineup to last year, and of course the return of Lewis Thomas, a former Hobart Chargers player.
Mount Gambier last year, I believe, Ronald.
Or Mount Gambier. No, Geelong last year, JB, in the SCABL competition.
Was he?
I believe so.
There you go. I thought he was Mount Gambier.
No, Mount Gambier the season before, and then went to Geelong last year. I'm very sure of that, but we'll
work that out. Either way, Lewis is back in Hobart, and it's great to have him back.
All right, but for the Hobart Huskies, there is a brand new addition, and it's in the big fella in Callum Barker.
A big addition, not just height, but size as well. Broad shoulders, broad chest. Cal Barker from Bradley University, having graduated, I believe, Ronald, completely done. 6 years in the United States, a pivotal member to their program, and he's certainly going to be pivotal. He's easily the biggest member of this Husky squad right now. Has been home a week and a bit, has passed every necessary precaution. He's in the squad tonight and looking to make a big impact. As we quickly run through both sides here, the Hobart Huskies, as I mentioned, 12th on the ladder, 5-6 record, went 1-1 on the road last week. Big OT win in Eltham. Shout out to Iggy of Frankston, who made 2 massive baskets, which eventually meant donuts, but fortunately for the Huskies, getting the win, and lost in Eltham 82-71. Key players so far for the Huskies this year: Tad Duffelmeyer going at 21 points a game, almost 6 rebounds and 5 assists, 1.7 steals, and has just fallen out of the 50-40-90 shooting club. He'll be looking to get back up into there tonight. Jalen Adams starting to hit form last week, back-to-back 20-point nights, some big rebounding and defence for him. 23.6 points, 7.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 3.1 steals. One of the best defenders in the game, ladies and gentlemen. 47% from the field. He'll be looking to go at that mark tonight. And BJ Radcliffe, having come off the bench, has been a great impact, as we see Tad Duffelmeyer trying to throw down a self-alley-oop, but BJ Radcliffe, having come from the Southern Huskies, now coming off the bench for the Hobart Huskies. He's been a great inclusion both in productivity and seniority. He's been key to this squad, and as we mentioned, Ronald, ice in his veins, one of the fastest rising stars in NBL1 competition. Jacob Richards would certainly like to get a win tonight for his 18th birthday.
Absolutely. A shout out to Jacob Richards. It's his 18th birthday today. Happy birthday to him. We know there have been a lot of nice kind of happy birthday posts on his social media formats. Now, just to quickly come back to you, we've had a message from the GM of the league stating that Lewis Thomas was actually at Mount Gambier last year. JB on the money once again.
Special comments and research for a reason there, Ronnie. I believe because 2018 went to Mount Gambier. 2017 was in fact with the Chargers when they were about and in the Seabull. Just quickly reflecting back on Jacob Richards for his birthday, we actually have a sign in the crown. Brigger signed to round 9, has been a specialty, and over on the right-hand side of the screen, right next to his dad, a big happy birthday Jacob Richards sign there. So they are very well in contention for a free ticket on me, JB, tonight. But, I mean, big key factors here for Hobart to get the win. They need to let Tad run the offense. Had a quiet game against Eltham, but this team is a much better squad and has always been a much better squad. Jalen Adams trying to throw down a big alley-oop to himself there, but he needs to run this squad. This offense looks a lot better, and more people get touches when Tad's in control. They need to spread the workload. BJ needs to be involved. Matty Young needs to be involved. Jalen Adams needs to be involved. Jacob Richards needs to be involved. This is a team that can run 5-6 deep on double-digit scoring, and Cal Barker into the mix is going to improve that. And they need to crush the glass on both ends. Big thing against Eltham last week. Not only did they lose the rebounding battle, but in turn they lost the points in the paint battle. If you're not going to win points in the paint, particularly against a decent side in sizes that Geelong have, and I think Cal Barker is certainly going to help that internal presence to complement someone like a Matty Young on the outside. It's going to be a big battle for them. Meanwhile, for Geelong, 4th on the ladder, as we mentioned, 7-5 record, won their only game last week at home against Dandenong, 74-69. Their key players so far, DeMarcus Gatlin, an MVP favourite at the moment, 20.8 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2.5 steals, half a block there, 45% shooter. Louis Thomas, as we mentioned, used to be a Hobart Charger, former Mount Gambier player, now at Geelong. His basketball journey taking him around the country, but he's delivering no matter where he goes. 15.7 points, 8.6 rebounds, 2.7 assists. He's shooting at 38%. Louis is going to want to improve that, but can throw down a thunderous dunk and make an impact, has always made an impact in his road games to Hobart. And Anthony Williams, a key inclusion into this squad as well. 14.7 points, 2.9 rebounds, 3.4 assists, shooting inefficiently. However, the thing for Geelong is they need to control the game. In the inside game from the outset, again, when you beat Hobart in the rebounds and the inside points, you usually get the victory. They've got the size to do it tonight. They need to take advantage of the ladder position. Intimidation is a key factor a lot of the times in sport, and when you look at a side in 4th spot and you're all the way down in 12th, sometimes it can be a mental battle. They need to take advantage of the fact they're a top 4 spot for a reason. They were preliminary finalists last year in the end of the Siebel competition, and they need to use that experience to their advantage. And I think, honestly, the big key here is slowing down Jacob Richards and BJ Radcliffe, while Jalen Adams and Tad Duffelmeyer, the Tad-Jalen connection has been big here in Hobart and started to light up the weekly highlights of the NBL1, the top 10 players of the week. BJ and Jacob have been able to add that extra spark, so to speak, Ronald. BJ off the bench, Jacob, a young star, someone who they're underestimating a little bit. Again, happy 18th to Jacob tonight, but, I mean, you've got to shut down those two pivotal pieces of the offense, because they're the ones that spark the young ones, the veteran leadership. If you can shut that down, take a lot of momentum out of the game, then you'll win this one for Geelong.
Referees for this evening's game is Steve Milton, Dave Farmers and Martin Parker are refereeing Troika as both teams come out onto the floor here to get us underway. Nice little crowd in on a very cold night here in Hobart.
Our best crowd for a few weeks, no doubt about it.
Me.
Starting lineups here will be Blythe, Gatlin, Hicks, Thomas, and I believe that was Williams as well. As we just quickly, he's going to have a jersey change there. Yes, that one there going to Williams. Meanwhile, starting lineups here, birthday boy Jacob Richards, Zach White, one of the perennial defensive players of the league, Tad Duffelmeyer, Jalen Adams and Jack Stanwick. So it'll be interesting to see Cal Barker come off the bench there. He'll be looking to provide a spark. Louis Thomas certainly not in unfamiliar territory. He's looking for a big game tonight, Ronald. This is certainly one that Hobart can take, and that I am tipping to get the win tonight. I am taking Hobart to win this game in a close one at home. We'll see what happens here.
Where Thomas and White, the two former teammates, contest the tip, and Geelong get the better of that as Williams, now Blythe, as Geelong go to the right of your screen and control the tip. And the ball now in with Lewis Thomas. Thomas works his way over Richards and gets the opening sailboat for the game.
He's a big body. He's athletic. He can get to the rim with ease. Last year with Mount Gambier, came down to the entertainment centre, tore it up against the rim. It was a dunk show. He'll be looking to do that tonight, and just took advantage of his size and experience there on Richards.
Oh, absolutely. And we've got a photo to prove it. Richards for three, the birthday boy going for it. The tip from White to Duffelmeyer. Now Richards splits for a couple, puts up a
gets
tough
inside.
under, and that's the way to start your 18th birthday.
Hip, hip, hooray, we say. Jacob Richards, nice on the inside there. Great way to start his 18th birthday, and certainly a great way to start this game.
Gatlin over Richards. Adams with the rebound as Duffelmeyer brings it up the floor now here for the men, as we are tied at 2 apiece here with a minute down already. Stanwicks putting on some moves. Now to White. White thinks about it.
That looks good.
And it looked all right, but just a bit too much as Thomas got the rebound.
Nearly sent that one back to Penguins, Zach.
Well, he certainly did, as Williams goes all the way. And then it was Gatlin there with the tip in on the follow through.
Yes, Williams on a nice drive inside, drew contact, didn't get a foul, but Gatlin on the follow through again. Second chance points have to be big here. The Huskies lost that by nearly 20 last week.
Nice backdoor play to Stanwicks off a good pass there by Zach White. Good first 90 seconds of play by both teams.
Yes, great back and forth action here. Clear intent. This is going to be a good game. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be a shootout, but it's going to be whoever makes the right basketball play. Smart basketball taking the forefront.
Hobart in a zone defence to start off the game. That might rattle Geelong a little bit as Williams gets that ball deflected. Thomas now from the corner, just long. White with the rebound.
And that's what they need there. They need to just force Thomas on the outside. He's a good internal presence. He's got great length there on his arms, and he will go over the top of defenders once he gets in the lane.
Duffelmeyer inside to White. White, nice pass to Richards. Richards with the layup and gets a foul, and we go to the line for one.
Bang! Good birthday present there to start the game by Jacob Richards. Richards. We're up and about here in the commentary box, and that is what you need. All scoring so far having come from the young brigade of the Huskies. Something Mark Chivers has said, these kids are going to develop into men. It's not the cardio, it's the physical, and if they can withstand all of that, then they're going to be in good stead. Hobart to a great start.
Richards with the three-point play. They lead by 3. 7 plays 4. So we come to you from the Kingross Sports Centre here, live NBL1 action tonight. Here, the only game on the roster for tonight is Thomas. Nice pass to Hicks. Hicks couldn't miss it. Third opportunity and gets it.
Good offensive rebounds, quick offensive rebounds there by Geelong, but a good battle inside and a good battle so far. Surprised to see Hobart really taking it up here with Geelong and not necessarily trying to play Geelong's game.
Adams wants to go baseline. Gatlin there defensively equal to the challenge. Richards for 3. Gets his own rebound.
Oh,
nice step
ball
through.
fake.
And then Thomas tips it away. That is legal, of course. Once it's on the ring, fair for both teams to rack it off as Blythe gets to the response. And we're back to Geelong take a 1-point lead.
Geelong needing to take full advantage of this start. Again, Hobart a fast starting team. They've got the crowd on their side. Hobart wanting to break 50% here and really look towards playoffs heading into the second half of the season.
Adams with it now as, again, good start by both teams. Adams goes inside to Richards. Richards goes to Duffelmeyer.
NBA
Open for
right.
3. Yes!
Bang!
Tad Duffelmeyer with a 3.
He was standing next to me in the commentary box when he put that one up, Ronnie. Great distance on the shot, shooting over the defence. Tad has everything, and there's a reason that he was well looked at by other clubs last week.
Williams for 3. We'll come down in a second. That's just long. We heard that the Melbourne United coach, Dean Bickerman, was there. Meanwhile, Stanwicks with the acrobatic stuff and a good option, good heads-up play as Hobart get it back.
Referee Martin Parker on the spot there. They can't find the ball. It's played a bit of tunnel vision out of sight there past Coach Chivers at the end of the bench there, but good awareness by Jack Stanwicks to get that one into the opponent and maintain possession.
So, just quickly to come back, it was, yes, Dean Bickerman, United coach, having a look at Tad. And, yeah, we'll come back to that at half-time, JB, as Adams now pulls up. And just long on that 2 there as Gatlin gets the rebound.
Likes to get inside on that mid-range jumper. Jalen can really spread the floor with it. Good hands there by Stanwicks, unable to get it inside. Now Thomas under the basket, up and under, unable to make it.
And gets his own tip in, JB. Great job there by Lewis Thomas off a good pass by Blythe as well too.
Yeah, good second chance points there. Thomas working hard on the glass. He's quite capable of that, has shown it the last couple of years down in the southern part of Australia with his basketball.
White, now Stanwicks. Stanwicks gets that first step. Nice ball fake there, or pass fake, and then gets into a bit of trouble. Foul is called now. It looks like it's going to be on Thomas, potentially Hicks. We'll find out. It's going to be on Lewis Thomas.
Very frustrated there, Thomas. Checking into the game there. Looks to be Tucker. He heads in. Heading out now, number 15 is Hicks. And that'll be 2 quick fouls there for Geelong. 10 points each here to start the ball game. A great contest so far, and we'll be looking to see what goes on here to end this in the second half of this first quarter.
Stanwicks to restart now. Foul off the ball.
That one
it's
there.
It's going to be on Gatlin.
Yeah, that one, a clear hold there on Adams, just trying to get through. And I mean, just a size discrepancy there too, certainly hurting Adams. I mean, you can just see the size that Gatlin has on Adams, both the same height, but clearly a much bigger body and certainly more experience. So it'll be interesting to see how that matchup plays out.
All right, Hobart to restart once again from the baseline. As Stanwicks gets this one into Richards. Now White. White putting on some moves, gets it off to Adams. Adams tries to split. Stanwicks from the corner.
Bang!
Yes. Jack Stanwicks with a vital 3 there, up 13-10.
This young Hobart squad getting this excited Hobart crowd into the game as Adams just tips it away. But again, this is the belief that we've mentioned with Mark Chivers and his squad. These young players who have been relishing their smaller roles in the old sea will now taking advantage in the NBL1 of their position, making the most of it and really getting it done.
So
just trying to get confirm on a name here. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, we will. So Gatlin with it now. Now Thomas pulls up for mid-range. Yes.
Can stretch the floor there, Lewis Thomas. Not a known outside shooter, but certainly able to get from inside to the mid-range. As Ronald checks that, I'll hold the commentary here. Duffelmeyer now with the ball, wanting some movement. Gets White to come up, look for some screen action. Goes through there, guarded by Thomas, who slides well. Double team now on Duffelmeyer with Williams and Thomas. Richards now with the ball. He's open for 3. That one's bounced around, no good. Williams now with the ball. He'll be heading forward, and Ronald is back with us.
Yes, certainly am. Williams goes all the way. Thomas there with the tip. Not there. Duffelmeyer there with the scraps, and off Ben Ruff.
Oh, no.
Great pass to Adams. Adams with the acrobatic finish. Not there. Adams for seconds, yes.
That no-look pass there by Duffelmeyer, I wish it'd been an alley-oop because we'd have called another top 10 player of the week. But
absolutely.
A great hustle there by Jalen Adams. That's what they need amongst the trees. BJ Radcliffe heading to the bench now. Looks to be injecting some seniority.
So Williams with it as it's 15-12. Entertaining first quarter. As so far as Lewis Thomas just misses that one. Rebound there now. We believe that is Tucker, not good.
That is Goodwin, not Tucker.
Goodwin, not Tucker. So it's Goodwin, we think. We'll get that. We'll try to get that checked throughout the game. As the ball goes inside to Richards.
Feeling the defence.
Richards one-on-one here with Goodwin. Goodwin puts on the nice
Oh,
move by
lovely.
Jacob Richards and gets the basket.
There's a reason he's been called one of the fastest rising stars in the NBL1 competition. Ice in his veins. Cool, calm and collected at the free throw line last week to seal that. Delivers hopefully here on an and one as Stanwicks heads to the line. But Richards been a major factor in this squad and certainly something that Duffelmeyer, White, Adams and Radcliffe can look at and understand that they've got a young guy that's with them, but he's quite capable at this level already.
Absolutely. Jacob Richards proving that he's a fair commodity in this league and gets another free throw there. 18-12 is our scoreline. Hobart up by 6 as we come to you from the Kickra Sports Centre. Ball there with Rabula.
Rabula, I think it is.
Rabula.
We'll get to that one.
We'll get to that one as ball gets deflected. Radcliffe on the
Hustle,
floor.
he didn't even have it.
Williams with it now.
Trapping defence.
So Williams into Gatlin. Gatlin with a tough shot and makes it.
Just a bigger body there. Jacob Richards with a lot of height, but he's losing, the battle on the muscle mass there.
So Duffelmeyer to bring it up. 18-14 is our scoreline. 3.5 to play here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. Duffelmeyer will get the on ball here from Richards. Duffelmeyer, working his way through. Adams, now Radcliffe. Good
Loves
ball
the three-pointer.
fake. Turns it down.
3 seconds needs
now,
to get to work.
Richards
Fade
over
away.
Thomas. Just off. Rebound by Goodwin. It's Goodwin. He's off and running. Now.
Rabula inside now.
Yep, Rabula. Thomas. Good pass to Gatlin and gets the 2. And Lewis Thomas loves that because he liked the pass inside the Gatlin.
Yeah, gets a nice little assist there. Huskies wanted the foul on the floor, didn't get it, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Sam Mule now checking into the game. That'll be Duffelmeyer's first foul. He'll just come out for a bit of a break. We've gone very quickly in this first quarter.
We have.
3:01 only remaining in this first. Great backwards and forwards action. 18-14 in favour of the Huskies. And Gatlin just wanting to close the gap here. I think Geelong really going to relish this challenge the Huskies provide as he misses that one.
And margin is back to 2, JB. 18-16 is the scoreline here. Under 3 minutes to play. As Yule is in for the first time tonight. White. Now Jalen Adams, So Adams. Now it's a White. White now back to Yule. Good play there by the Huskies and makes the 2, Sam Yule.
Sam Yule's been working very, very hard at training the last few weeks as he gets called for a foul there, sliding across, just not getting there in time. But Samuel's been training the house down, occasionally telling a couple of his teammates about it as well. But no, Sam's been working very, very hard. Came off a knee injury had a knee injury in 2017, saw him return last year sparingly. But it's good to see Sam back at full flight.
Yeah, it certainly is, JB. For someone that's had some knee reconstructions as well too, it's a good story to have. Gatlin from the elbow, just short. Yule with the rebound.
Up ahead
Yule
to White.
Off to White. White has to retreat back. Now Yule thought about it, puts it to the floor. Now gets it to Richards. Now Radcliffe. In turn, Adams. Adam wants to go baseline on Thomas. One-on-one. Adams with a tough J off. And Adams with the rebound there.
Yeah, Geelong will now clear the ball through Rabula, who's wanting to just slow the tempo up a bit here and get back to Geelong basketball.
Rabula. Now Goodwin. Down low into Gatlin. Gatlin one-on-one with White. That's a familiar matchup to us, folks, and Gatlin gets the 2.
Yeah, just used his body nicely there. Used the shoulder, took the chest of the defender. Up strong, was never going to reach that Zach White. Great play there by Gatlin.
2018, a good scoring affair here in the first quarter. 100 seconds to play. Now foul will be called on Williams.
Yeah, foul there on Williams. And that there will be here the 5th team foul, I believe, of Geelong. Yes, it will be. A minute and a half remaining in this quarter. Meanwhile, timeout has been taken. No, timeout hasn't been taken. Varley checking in for Williams. And Matty Young checking in for Jacob Richards, who's had a hell of a start so far. I don't know why BJ Radcliffe's on the side. I think he's looking to inbound it.
It's 2 shots,
It is 2 shots. Yeah, I thought it was. I don't know if the BJ understood that, though. As Yule will go the line for 2. Matty Young entering the fray. Both Yule and Young having played limited minutes during the week as we had some major malfunctions at the technical junction in their game. Only managed 9 minutes the first quarter before technical issues saw them finish, but we managed to see an arrow out of Matty Young during the week. We'll see if he gets one now.
As Yule makes the basket, now substitution being made. Cameron Brown will come in for Zach White as Hobart will go a little bit small ball here, taking Zach White out of the ball game.
Just wanting to pressure the ball. You can see here they're going to play a 2-2-1, leaving Young under the basket. That's probably the furthest he's been inside the paint in quite a while.
So, ball gets kicked. Oh, good deflection there. Ball with Barley as the foul will be called on Sam Yule.
Yeah, that one there ball with Varley. Foul on Yule, very lucky because they would have been off to the races first to the winning post on that one there. That'll be Sam Yule's second foul, so it's going to be interesting to see what Mark Chivers does there. Does have the capabilities of bringing in an Elijah Pawson and bringing in a Jack Stamix to play a bit of point. He has mentioned that he wants to see Jack play a little bit of point as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he covers that. Meanwhile, for Geelong, we've just got a bit of a break here. Actually got to try and get some numbers up.
Get some stats.
Get some stats up. We just had our numbers drop out, so we're just going to double check this. Reconnecting to the live travel as we come back up here. Just quickly, the rebounding battle very tight here. Geelong leading on the offensive rebounds here, so only by 2 there, but a 12-10 rebound battle here, passing in favour of Hobart, and no defensive numbers officially registered. So nice even battle so far, one that certainly both sides have been relishing.
Barley now to Gatlin. Gatlin looking inside. Thomas from the elbow, just long.
Big rebound there by Brown. Good idea of Thomas there, able to stretch that floor again. He loves the mid-range when he can't get inside.
Adams goes to Radcliffe, back to Yule. Shot clock at 14 here for the Huskies. As they take their time here and what they want to run. Yule inside to Brown. Brown looks for that pass off the cut. Radcliffe puts it up from the free throw, just long. Hicks with the rebound and Geelong are off bend running. As they come down the floor now, Hicks still has it and
dump down pass to Thomas. He's missed that one.
Thomas, but not there. Adams is now off and running himself. Splits through a couple, puts up a tough shot and makes it.
Very tough shot. I think he wanted to try and get round the defender for a looping dunk, unable to, but it's now a 5-point game as Samuel just slides there a little bit, manages to get the rebound. And
yeah, got away with that one there, Samuel, as Gatlin misses the 2, and Samuel brings it down.
That's
goes
deep.
himself. Oh, that's just short. Gatlin now off to Rabula for the 2 and gets it to go.
You all wanted the strip. They're very lucky not to give away a third foul there, Sam.
Samuel, we're inside 24 seconds here. 1 possession left for the Huskies.
23-20. And Hobart, you would think, would slow it down for 1. Adams with it nearly at the halfway line. I think we're going to 1-4 flat here, JB.
Going to need to be
Game
4
clock
seconds.
At 5. Adams gets around Thomas, puts it up. Just short. Young missed time that one. Thomas will throw that one to the length of the court. And at quarter time, JB, an entertaining first quarter sees Hobart lead by 3. Hobart 23, Geelong 20.
Yes, as we look here at the scoring leaders, Gatlin and Richards both with 8 points each. Lewis Thomas complimenting Gatlin with 6. Meanwhile, Jack Stamix with 5. So that young brigade of the Hobart Huskies are getting it done. Rebound battle sees Thomas leading the way with 6 rebounds. Meanwhile, Zach White with 4. As we look at shooting options here, the Huskies leading the way from the field, 43-42, leading the way in 2-pointers and 3-pointers as well, having made 2 of 8 from 3 and 7-13 from the 2. And their free throw line as well, 3 or 4, while the Super Cats have missed their only option. Again, the rebounding battle going to Geelong, but it's only a 2-point battle. They're passing certainly in favour of the Huskies, and a team defensive effort on both sides doesn't see any individual numbers recorded at the moment. So very interesting start to this game as we see both sides having some interesting conferences there. Huskies remaining amongst themselves, again scoring leaders as mentioned. But I mean, on the floor to finish that one there, Gatlin 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, had a good start to the game. And Jalen Adams slowly working his way in. Had 20-point outings last week. He's going to have to look for another one, Ronnie. But we've had a hell of a game so far, and in for, again, as I mentioned, a heater of a game for the remaining 3 quarters.
Well, if the first quarter has shown what can happen, it certainly will be a heater of a game, JB. Both coaches in their respective huddles. Mark Shippers having talked to his troop. Coach Leon O'Neill having talked to his troops for the Super Cats. Hello, and of course, welcome. as JB gives a thumbs up, we'll get to his sign thing at half time, though. But hey, shout out to everyone watching at Geelong. Hello to you if you're watching our live stream by the NBL YouTube channel. And also hello to everyone else around the country and around the world, wherever you're watching, as we come to you live by the screens of the NBL YouTube channel. And you can catch every game live on the NBL1 by the NBL YouTube channel in what is an absolutely great league, JB, because some numbers came out late last week, and they were very good numbers.
They were very good numbers. Over 100,000 views on the YouTube channel, over 44,000 people through the door, over I believe it was over 100,000 minutes worth of footage, and over 1.8 or something like that. There's a lot of big numbers. I'll try and get them there, but we've had 44,000 people through the doors of NBL1 games so far. We've had tons of footage watched as well. I mean, what can you do? I mean, this league has taken over like no other. Absolutely,
and what a league to be involved in as Hobart restart here, term number 2. Stanwicks with it now to Yule. Yule thought about it, turned it down, good jab step. Yule gets through a couple, good defence by Geelong. Now that is Gatlin off and running.
Sends Stanwicks to the baseline.
Some moves on, nearly there. Young with the rebound and a foul from Geelong. And that will be on Gatlin.
As we quickly just have a look at those numbers we mentioned before, Ronnie, 44,000 plus in attendance, 140,000 live stream views for a total of 1.8 million live minutes watched, 183,000 video views on Facebook, 11,000 engagements, 20,000 Instagram engagements, and over 1.2 million Twitter impressions. It's the most followed winter league in Australia. It is the NBL1.
It is the best darn league going around. I can tell you that for a fact. Stanwicks with the ball now as gets the screen from Radcliffe, and Stanwicks just off on that one. Young sneaks that one in and wanted to go to Radcliffe, but you could just see the, it's like, oh, whose mess up was that one? And I think Radcliffe kind of, claiming that one.
Yeah, wanted to get the cut there, however, probably just wanted Youngie to slow down and reset the offense there. However, those things happen. It is only early in the second, and if you're going to get away with something like that, have it early in the game and at least have a lead to back it up.
So, ball with Rabula. Now goes over to Barley for the 3. That's off. And then Hicks and Stanwicks go down. Hicks, no stranger to the floors of Hobart and the surroundings here. Only got to go back to last year in the preliminary final and had a fair bit to say to the fans as well, too.
That was a very emotional game by all involved. Let's just leave it at that.
Absolutely. Hicks with it now and will try to go inside to McInerney, and then ball on the floor. Gatlin's there and gets it to go with the foul.
There's a reason he's in the MVP conversation, ladies and gentlemen. DeMarcus Gatlin, he's an absolute beast. Williams about to check in here for the Supercats. But, I mean, he's had a big game so far. 10 points there for Gatlin along the way there. 3 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. Shooting over 50% from the field. A great start so far in what I've noticed, Ronald, is a pair of red sneakers and a pair of blue sneakers. What's going on there?
Interesting fashion statement by DeMarcus Gatlin as he makes the free throw and comes off on the sub as Williams comes in.
And that'll be Duffelmeyer in for Yule. I believe the youth of today call it a weird flex. Ronald, that's a weird flex, but okay. But
okay.
No, I like it. That's an interesting game there.
Even our cameraman wants that one.
Felix knows what I'm talking about. That's a weird flex, but okay. But, I mean, you can't question the man's game on the floor, off the floor, in his shoes. He's a hard competitor. He's a great competitor.
Oh, bad turnover there by Canberra. Thankfully deflected by Geelong and Hobart to get it back.
Yeah, looked to be clean off the Supercat player there in number 7. That one there in Varley. Bit of a rice mile.
So Brown back to Duffelmeyer. Duffelmeyer putting on some moves. Kicks it out. Radcliffe in turn Stanwicks. Stanwicks with that step. Now kicks it to Brown for the mid-range. Just off. Young with a tip in.
A very small firing arrow there, Matty Young. I reckon that'll be the second rebound of his career. Good putback basket.
Very good putback basket by Matty Young. And Hobart back up by 2. 25-23 is our scoreline as we've just ticked on near 2 minutes here in the second quarter. As the ball comes out to Barley for 3. Yes.
Ooh, nice big finish there. Didn't get the turnover he wanted before and hits the 3 right in Stanwicks' face. And Geelong now have the lead, 26-25.
I think we'll see a fair few lead changes throughout this game by the sounds of it, JB, as Young has it now. Gives it off to Stanwicks. In turn, Radcliffe. Radcliffe thought about it, putting some moves on Rabula. Then Young goes for 3 himself.
Doesn't
just
get
long.
That one.
Stanwicks and he tried to rip that one back, but he come off Hicks' leg and Hobart to get it back.
He's kicked that into one of our number 1.
Coach Leon O'Neill will call a timeout as he's gone to the bench on that one. And it sees Geelong up by 1, 26-25 is our scoreline.
Ball kicked there into the front row, right there into the lap of number 1 Huskies ticket holder, other than Tim Payne, obviously, but certainly a big superfan. Hall's water waste there. Simon Hall sitting there on courtside as well, sipping on a coffee. A very cold night here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. As we quickly just go over some numbers here. The last score for both sides happening obviously in the last quarter. 8:06 for Geelong, 8:22 mark for Hobart. Rebound battle now in Hobart's favour, 17-16. Unfortunately losing on the scoreboard. Don't know what the boys have to do, but they're going to have to try and lift it a little bit more. They have turned the ball over, but it has been limited turnovers. 2 turnovers there for Hobart, none to Geelong, who have been very efficient with their ball. I mean, this has been a very back and forth contest, Ronald, but certainly one that Mark Chivers seems to be relishing. I mean, he's a very stone-faced competitor, Mark Chivers.
Yes.
You'll see a smile out of him after the game, but I mean, when it's go time, it's go time. He's got to be happy with the way his team's playing at the moment, certainly from a Geelong standpoint, they've got to be happy with how they're relishing the opportunity. They're just sort of keeping a calm before the storm from Hobart, who can certainly break it open in front of this home crowd. But Geelong have to be happy with their start so far. Probably want to work their way inside a little more.
All right, so 7:42 remaining in term number 2 as Brown has it now for the Huskies. Gives off to Duffelmeyer. Duffelmeyer thinks about it
NBL
and goes
range.
for it just long. Rebound there by Hicks as Hicks gets it off to McInerney as he comes up the floor for the Supercats. Now back with Williams here. As Williams goes now to Barley. Back around to Rabula. Rabula thought about it, goes inside to McInerney. McInerney with the shot and gets the use of a friendly roll.
A big body against some undersized defenders. We usually know who wins out, and that's no exception that time.
Duffelmeyer goes exploring, has to kick it out. Young up fakes, goes one-on-one with Hicks. Young to Stanwick. Stanwick goes baseline. Good passing by the Huskies. Young for 3. Yes!
Can we get an arrow?
No!
He gives a wave to the commentary box.
He knows.
He knows. He's got an eye on it. But a great shot there from Matty Young. And as we mentioned, a guy who can come off the bench and really spark this offense.
McInerney with it now. Goes to Williams. Williams looking for a response. Has to go to Barley. Barley for the response of his own. Just off. McInerney with a good eye ball.
Just too big.
Rabula with it now as he kicks it out to Williams. Now in turn back to McInerney. Shot clock at 7 as Hicks puts it up and makes the 2.
Key jump shot there from Hicks. And as we've seen there's a decent Geelong contingent down on the right side of screen. Cheering on their team and certainly balancing out the crowd in this one.
Yes, certainly is. We'll get to the second. Radcliffe for 3
Bang!
and knocks it down. BJ Radcliffe.
He loves a three-pointer, no doubt about that. Shooting 46% from deep. Shooting better from deep than he is the entire field on the year so far, Ronnie.
Hobart up by 1, 31-30. Just ticked over 4 minutes of play with 6 remaining here in the second quarter. Hicks with it now. Thinking about a good deflection there by Matty Young, but then Stanwick's wanted to go for it, but held off. Barley for 3. And it's a shootout here at the Kingborough Sports Centre.
Bang! You've got to close out on those shooters. 33-31 our margin, and if they're going to go back and forward like this, it's going to come down to who can make their shots in the fourth, because legs and energy aren't going to be a factor in it.
Stanwick's now Young.
He
Young
wants a
for
response.
back-to-back threes.
Oh.
Just rattled out. Rebound by Williams as Williams comes up the floor here for the Supercats. Now
Varley wants
Varley. He wanted another 3. It's a bit of a shoot fest here.
Yeah, I think we need to get back down to half-court basketball at this point. Don't worry about the shootout. Just get your fundamentals underway, because that's what they're going to need. Although
Stanwick's for 3.
Bang!
Yes! Check Stanwick's with another 3.
As I mentioned, half-court basketball, a three-pointer lights up the crowd and lights up the commentary box. I don't know what we want, Ronald. What we want is good basketball, and we're certainly getting it tonight.
Absolutely. 34-33. Hobart retake the lead by 1. Ball now McInerney, now Barley. Good deflection by Stanwicks. Ball inside the Hicks. Double team once again. Misses the first. Puts up the second. Misses that one. Ball goes out of play. Last touch by McInerney. Hobart to get it back. Substitutions being made.
Yeah, referee just wanting to look for some contact there from Hicks. Wasn't quite there. That one will be a baseline ball. And that one will be for the Huskies. Jalen Adams and Jacob Richards checking in there. We're all back to starting lineups, I believe, Ronald, outside of Varley. Yes, we've also got that as well. Cal Barker making his impact first time into the game as Jacob Richards looks to have actually headed, not Jacob Richards. I thought we'd had No, I've counted that right. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
Okay,
I know that Cal Barker's on the floor, though. I know that much.
There we go. Richards, now Radcliffe. Cal Barker will see his first minutes in the NBL1 this season. And for the Huskies, Adam rejected by Hicks.
Bang.
Get upstairs, son.
Jalen Adams is not very happy with that. That is a massive block. We're going to have a conference here between the two referees, and we'll see what happens here. They're going to call a touch here. And are we going to have a change of possession?
Yep.
We are. Hobart ball on the baseline.
So Hobart to get it back.
Something tells me Jalen Adams has vengeance on his mind. He's not going to let that hang. He's not going to let that block hang for very much longer now. We're just going to get a check of the shot clock here, because if that ball hasn't turned over, as we look here, 4:23 remaining in the first half. Gatlin with 11 points and 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's been playing well for Geelong. Meanwhile, leading the way, Stanwicks and Richards with 8 points each. The young brigade again of the Huskies getting the job done. And you can actually see our photographer there, Rod, in stark shock, not sure what to do, and we just got the shot clock ticking down now. But as we mentioned, Ronald, bring us signed to round 9. I think we actually have our winners. We'll certainly talk to them at the half-time break, and it's been good. It seems to have brought a few extra numbers out. Not as many signs as we would have thought, but certainly good to see numbers turning out here on a very cold winter's night in Hobart at the Kingborough Sports Centre.
Shot clock at 7 for Hobart as they restart from the baseline, and ball got deflected, and we will go to the Huskies once again here.
Basketball, not football, although that would probably keep a lot of us warmer here. 7 on the shot clock remaining.
14, so yep, come off the foot, so they
Oh,
call
there you
foot
go.
violation, so shot clock at 14 here.
I wonder if the Huskies change their set.
Let's see what happens out of this baseline play as Hobart look to restart. Barker with it. Now Radcliffe for 3.
Bang!
It was a good option.
And he throws a point there. I believe that would be a Roop sitting in the crowd.
Roop Majuk there.
And he's pointed to him. He's happy with that one.
So Barley with it now to Gatlin. In turn to Williams here. Williams looks to Thomas. Thomas at the elbow. Thomas over Barker. And Barker is welcome to the league by a foul, and Lewis Thomas will go to the line for 1.
A very big body, Cal Barker. Easily now the biggest body that this Hobart Huskies side have. However, committing that early foul, thankfully coming off the bench. Not saying that he's not valuable, but certainly able to risk it a little bit more compared to some of our starters. He'll be using the Matt Young and the Zach White blueprint there as Lewis Thomas gets the and 1. Makes that one there, and that moves Thomas up to 9.6 rebounds early on in this game, having a real good impact at both ends of the floor.
So 1 point is our margin. Under 4 minutes to play here. 37-36 is our scoreline. Richards, now Radcliffe. Radcliffe to Adams. Adams thinking about it. Now Richards, good handoff. Sequence of handoffs here by the Huskies.
Oh,
Radcliffe pulls up, and that one rattles out as Barker goes down to the floor, the big fella. Meanwhile, Williams for 3. Just long. Good rebound by Hicks. Now, all of a sudden, the 3 out there, that's by Barley, and timeout's been called as Hobart need to talk it over, and Geelong retake the lead. It will be Geelong 39, Hobart 37.
Are we going to get a score update there? Yes, we are.
Yep.
Score goes through on the board there. 39-37 is our scoreline, as Ronald's mentioned. We'll ignore that one there. 3:34 remaining. And BJ Radcliffe just pulling up a little sore. I did notice he slipped on one of his handles before, so we're going to see what happens there as Jarek Chivers has a look there. That's not looking as positive as we first thought. BJ just trying to walk it off a bit. He's evidently sore, so that could have a big impact on this game. We'll try and see what's going on there at half-time as Radcliffe walks. That's Radcliffe. That actually looks to be Radcliffe walking towards the change rooms there. So,
and I think the physio is going to follow him down and score 2 Chobos. So not good signs there as both teams are. Both coaches addressing their teams here in a timeout. So, if you coach Mark Shippers right now, this has been a very back and forth game, very up and down. Would you say this young group, do we want to keep the tempo going, or should we look at slowing it down? It looks like Geordie Hargrave will get his first minutes.
Well, with Geordie Hargrave checking in, I think they're going to really want to push this tempo. Cal Barker, unfortunately, does slow the team down. Not the quickest on foot, but certainly a bigger body. But with Duffelmeyer, Adams, Richards and Geordie in here, they're going to push the tempo. But I also think that Mark Chivers has told them to keep in mind that if the tempo isn't working, you need to get back into that half-court set, because as much as Mark relishes the idea of having a young squad, he likes them to play through the way they need to.
Absolutely. As Adams with it now, as we come out of the timeout. Hargraves. Now Duffelmeyer goes exploring, puts up a tough two and makes it.
Tad Duffelmeyer, that's what he's capable of doing. Tad Junior, Tad Senior, sometimes you don't know just who you're watching. Great explosiveness, great excitement, that's what you want at the NBL1.
Gatlin with it now, looking inside for Hicks, turns it down. Gatlin, nice pass into Thomas, good little bounce pass. Thomas puts up the shot and knocks it down.
Another and one. Big basket there for Louis Thomas, and that's what he's capable of doing. He's a player that really wants to start pursuing an NBL career. That's why he moved here towards the Siebel NBL1 competition. A capable player, no doubt about it, as that one falls through. And Thomas having a big game now, 11.6 rebounds, joining Gatlin at the top of the score sheet. Making this will send him to 12 points. He's made that. He was confident, as you do. And they're going to send Zach White in. They've got to start curtailing the impact of Thomas on the inside.
So Geelong up by 3 now, 42-39, as Adams has it now. Looks around, Hobart a little bit stagnant in what they're trying to run. Duffelmeyer thinks about it, turns it down, double team, gets it off to Barker on the back door. Deflected there by Geelong, good read.
Yeah, coming off the low block there. Jacob Richard checking out as Zach White checks in. Meanwhile, Blythe will check in for Gatlin. Gatlin leaving the game with 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Zach White just wanting to put some defensive pressure here with Cal Barker.
So Hargraves to restart from the baseline. So Barker. Now Adams. Adams
needs to get it up.
Blythe for good defence. Adams nearly gets used of a friendly roll. Hargraves near there to tip it in. And that will be on Hargraves as he fouled Hicks.
Geordie is a momentum style player. He's an energy style player. When Geordie's up and about, he can bring energy like no other. The only problem with Geordie is that sometimes it takes a little to warm up and he can be a little cold. Timeout now has been taken. That looks to be a timeout for Geelong. 2:34 remaining, 42-39 in what has been a back and forth competition, the contest so far. But yeah, I think Mark Chivers just going to have time to reassess as well how Geelong are matching up against this young up-tempo style of game.
Yep, absolutely, JB. I can just see Mark there in the timeout there. He's really emphasising just to slow it down and just to look at some options and let Coach Leon O'Neill just run. It looks like he's going to run a set here coming out of his timeout for the Supercats. 3 points is our margin here. Great to have you with us on the live stream by the NBL YouTube channel. And again, hello to everyone watching tonight, whether you might be around the country or even around the world. We are the only game on tonight in round
9. Bring us on to round 9.
Round 9 in the NBL1 competition. Of course, a lot of games happening this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Check out the NBL1 Facebook page to get your details on when they go to air.
2:34 remaining here in the first half on what has been a very, very, very cold night here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. But things certainly hotting up on court, Ronald. We've had some great action, men's and women's. The Geelong Supercats in the women, a dominant display, proving once again why they are the best team in the women's competition. And certainly both of these sides here proving why they will possibly be playoff contenders. Hargrave with it, forcing a steal.
Yeah, Barley went down on the floor there. Good defensive pressure, but then Barley nearly made that up down the upper end.
Adams goes
inside. Puts up a tough shot. Misses that one. White couldn't reel it in. Thomas is off and running. Gives off to Williams. Williams puts it up. Is that an offensive foul? It's going to be a blocking foul on Duffelmeyer.
Yeah, some people not impressed with that. Duffelmeyer just not able to get there in time. Contact clearly there, sending him to the line for 2. But good to see the intent of Thomas there, able to get up and down the floor as a big. That will also be Duffelmeyer's 3rd foul, so that'll be critical. Sam Ewell coming straight into the game. That'll probably be the end of Tad Duffelmeyer here in the half. He's got 5 points, 2 rebounds, so certainly not the 21 points he can average a game. However, Sam Ewell with just as much speed is going to really have to try and lift this squad, and that'll be something that I certainly think Geelong will want to take advantage of. They've got the speed, they've got the height, and now that the main ball handler of this Hobart squad is out, they're going to want to really capitalise.
So Williams misses the first. There's crowd maker Louis noise here at the Kingborough Sports Centre and knocks down the second. So margin out to 4 now, 43-39, as we're just on near 2 minutes to play here in quarter number 2 as Yule. Adams wants to go back door, does so now as Blythe nearly lost his footing on that. Both players nearly lost their footing. Barker. Now, Yule gets that screen.
Ran into Barker by the looks of it.
I think that might have been on purpose. Who knows? But Blythe there with the rebound. And Williams to bring it down as Geelong look to run a set. Here's Coach Leon O'Neill barks out the instructions. Good drive there by Barley, and with a bit of
Beautiful
body
drive.
English on it, JB knocks down the two.
Straight over the top of every Hobart player. That was a great athletic finish right over the top. And then Geelong breaking out to 6 points here, looking to hit double digits heading into the half.
Yep, this might be the momentum that Geelong need here for a half-time buffer. Hargraves for 3. Yes!
Bang, that's the shot Geordie needed. He was on fire in the 9 minutes or so we saw out of Hobart and Clarence during the week. That's the shortest shot he wants. It gets momentum for the team, and it's back to 3 points.
Back to 3. This is in arm's reach once again. Here's Blythe, nearly loses it. Barley for the response. Just long. Thomas and Hargraves go out of the 2 former teammates from the Chargers as Williams goes one-on-one with Hargraves. Gets a good on-ball there from Hicks. Williams goes all the way, and it was a good option. He got fouled. I think that's going to be on Hargraves, and Williams to go to line for 1.
Yeah, that one there on Hargraves. Just reaching over the top. Too fast, too good. Williams having a good game. That will be his 5th foul, I believe. 5th points, 4th and 5th points. No, they were his 2nd and 3rd points there. But he's really pushed the pace and really pushed the tempo. Much like the smaller guards of the women's side, they're not necessarily scoring, but they're certainly moving the ball and getting the offense going.
Williams puts the free throw in and back to a 6-point ball game. 42-48, with Geelong being up by 6. Under a minute to play here, quarter number 2, as Adams loses his footing. Now White. Hargraves for another 3. That's short. Yule chases that one down, and then now last touch is a good heads-up play. So good heads-up play as the floor wipers will come on floor and fix up the wet spot.
33.4 remaining. It's now a 6-point ball game, and again the Huskies are on to break this down. They need to get a quick basket here, potentially a 3. They can tie this game up heading into the half, but certainly need to make it within a basket to have some sort of momentum and certainly have things at an even kill heading into the main break.
So you'll with it now as we get back underway. Ford looking for White, now gets it to him.
6 seconds.
Adams puts it up for 3. That's short.
Hargraves.
Good rebound by the youngster, but couldn't finish it off. Williams off and running for Geelong. Williams decides to pull it back.
One shot
they're
here for
looking
Geelong.
one shot. So a wise, steady heads there by the Geelong Supercats. Williams putting on a hesitation move. Thinks about it. Goes for it. Spins over Barker, and the foul be called on Barker. Barker didn't like it, but Williams will go to the line for 2.
Unimpressed would be a term I'd use for Cal Barker there. Didn't think there was much in it. However, that's going to send Geelong to the line for 2. That will be another foul to Hobart there. 6th foul there for Cal Barker heading into half time. And Williams again, as we mentioned, Ronald, it's not necessarily the guards that are making a big impact with, direct assists or direct scoring, but pushing the tempo and really, sparking off the ball movement there on offense there for Geelong has really been, a big play so far. And that's certainly why Geelong managed to win in the women's and certainly why they've got this lead now heading into half time.
So Williams makes the second. Geelong up by 8 now with 2.7 remaining. And Thomas with the deflection on the halftime buzzer. That will not count. That is after the event. And at halftime, Geelong take the lead by 8. It is Geelong 50, Hobart 42.
It's been a very interesting first half there, Ronald. The Huskies just falling, taking almost a backward step defensively there to end that quarter, and that certainly got them in the situation they're in. But they've done this before, Hobart. They tend to slacken off in the second quarter, and that means they really need to start lifting and need to start rising here towards the third quarter. For Geelong, they need to be happy with the way they finish that quarter. Push the tempo, get inside it, and able to spread the floor. That's what's going to get them the win, and able to crash the glass again, leading the rebounding battle 27-22 at the moment. Offensive rebounds they're winning, and obviously winning defensive rebounds as well. So crashing the glass, second chance opportunities, pushing the tempo. That's what's got Geelong the lead so far.
All right, so halftime here at the Kimbrell Sports Centre. Season 8-point lead to the Geelong Supercats. Now, JB, we're going to try to see if we're going to make this work. We're going to send you down to the crowd and do your sign competition thing.
Yes.
So we're going to hook up the wireless stuff. So we'll take a quick break while we get that set up, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can get a live interview during the halftime break.
Sounds good.
straight in the bottom of the net. I can feel it in my bones. In. What did I tell you? I felt that one. Here we go, Tess.
You can get me? Right up. Just give me a wave.
Here we go, Tess. Wherever you want, anywhere outside the line. You can shoot granny style, you can shoot any way you like. That looks good. Oh, I'm telling you that.
Thumbs.
We reckon, folks, as he got
Thumbs.
inside the bag or what?
Thumbs up. We're good.
Okay. All right.
Just wave to me when we're good.
All right, half-time here in the basketball as JB is in the crowd, and we're going to go to JB right now.
Okay, we're over here with young Micah, and Micah, you've brought a sign to the game, mate. What's your sign about?
The Huskies.
About the Huskies, is it? What have we got? We've got Go Huskies. We've got a scoreboard. We've got some streamers. We've got a shot there. We've got baskets going in. We've got fireworks. Mate, that's pretty impressive. So I'm going to give you and your dad, you'll both get a free ticket on me for June 21st. How does that sound?
Good. Thanks.
No worries, all good there. So we've got our first one. There's our first winner. We'll just quickly make our way down across the second side here, as we've got a shot clock going here. Ronald's still got me, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I still got
Giving
you,
me a
JB.
wave. Here we come. Hello. We've come to another contest here. We've come to our second sign of the night. And what have we got here? Happy birthday, Uncle Jacob. May all your swishes come true. That's pretty creative. What are your names, girls?
Morgan.
Morgan and
Mercy.
Mercy. There we go. I'm going to give you two tickets as well. So on June 21st, you'll have 2 tickets here waiting for you at the game. Just come in and grab them. And you're one of our other winners as well for our contest. There you go, Ronnie. 2 very happy groups of fans.
Fantastic stuff, JB. As we'll quickly turn JB off on the mic there. Great to see JB just wandering into the fans there at half-time here in the basketball. We'll take another quick break. 8 points is our margin. Geelong leading 50-42. We'll come back with just a couple of minutes remaining before tip-off in the third quarter. And we are back here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. Half time, it is Geelong up by 8, 50-42, as both teams are getting into their huddles. Before we get into the third quarter, hope you enjoyed that little segment as well too. We do apologise for not zooming in. We should have zoomed in, but apologies there. But JB, great little initiative there. And what we're going to do, because we've got the wireless kit, we're going to send you down straight after the game. We're going to get one of the players from the winning team, and we'll get a quick post-game interview with them.
Sounds a good idea. Just getting photos. We've just got photos of our lucky winners. 2 great signs, the only 2 signs in the building, so very hard just to give a ticket each. We'll give a ticket to young Micah and his dad, and we'll give both of Jacob's nieces tickets as well. Surprised that Jacob couldn't just flick him some tickets, but no, they worked very hard on their sign there, Ronald, so we'll get that one to them. We'll get tickets to them as well. Thank you very much to all that participated, and that's the sort of creativity that we want, and that's the sort of creativity we need to see. So congratulations to all that participated, but Ronnie, let's turn our attention now.
Absolutely.
We're heading into the second half, and yeah, what's bound to be a very interesting contest at 8 points at the moment.
It certainly is, JB, and you know, Geelong just getting that momentum there late in the second quarter to hold now an 8-point buffer. Now, Hobart will need to make some adjustments, but do you have an update also on BJ Radcliffe, by the way?
Well, I've seen BJ, looks a little tender. He's been told by the physio to ice. He's in the white shirt. Could not get a confirmation. BJ just very disappointed. Somewhat sort of just not blew us off, but certainly he's just disappointed and focused at the moment. His night's definitely done, and we'll certainly try and get an update as the game goes on.
All right, JB, now Geelong to restart here as we start the third quarter here from the Kingborough Sports Centre. Geelong going to the left of your screen, have control to tip as Williams. Now Blythe in terms of Hicks. Hicks working one-on-one against Duffelmeyer. Duffelmeyer in foul trouble too with 3 fouls. Gatlin with a 2 off a nice pass by Hicks.
Beautiful inside work there by Hicks. Surprisingly drawing a lot of attention as Stanwicks wants to go inside quickly, but Hicks draws a lot of attention as the biggest body on the court and allows those guards to work off him.
So Adams down low, nice spin move, and then good defensive play there by Hicks, and Gatlin now off and running as Geelong play goes down the floor. Williams for the 3, just off.
Just was concerned there that potential Blythe there went down. Thought that might have been an Achilles issue, however, just a general stumble.
Duffelmeyer with it now. Gets the on ball from White. White now rolls. Adams at the 45 here, shot clock at 12. White back to Adams. Adams needs to think about what he needs to do here. Goes to Duffelmeyer, shot clock at 5. Duffelmeyer from NBA range is not there. Hicks with a long pass to Blythe. Blythe, good defensive pressure there by Duffelmeyer. Blythe has to retreat back. Gatlin with it now as we have just played on 80 seconds here, term number 3. Blythe, now Williams. Back to Thomas, one-on-one with White. Thomas, good, nice fake move there.
Got that
Hicks
assistant.
Oh, nice
Gatlin.
ball movement by the Supercats and make the 2 off to Marcus Gatlin.
Wanted the and one, didn't get it, drew the contact, now out to 12 points. Now the Huskies, not last week, the week prior, at home, down 14, managed to get the win. So good character test here against a top 4 side.
Oh, nice cut by Richards. White lost the handle but got it back and gets the 2.
Wanted to throw that down, Zach White would have brought the house down. The shivering support here at the Kingborough Sports Centre would have come cracking down under that sort of pressure.
Absolutely. Margin is at 10 here for the Huskies as Blythe thought about it, turn it down. Gatlin inside to Hicks, one-on-one with Duffelmeyer, mismatch galore. Hicks, good ball, a good pump fake and gets the 2.
Might look a little slow there, Hicks, but he's very smart and uses those smarts, similar to a Simon Conn. Not necessarily the fastest person on the court, but uses their body and uses their smarts.
Adams pulls up from the elbow, just long, and a number of red jerseys were there to meet it, and Gatlin has the ball now coming down the floor here for the Supercats.
Multicoloured shoes galore here, Ronald.
Absolutely, one that we'll come back to that later as Blythe gets fouled by Stanwicks. Actually, DeMarcus Gatlin's shoes is, well, I kind of dig it in a way, JB.
Yeah, so do I. It's uses that home and away strip of Geelong very well. Jalen Adams turning to the bench and Geordie Hargrave, having trained very hard, missed the road trip last week, but has managed to work his way back into the squad here, getting some valuable minutes, and we're going to probably see more of him in the second half with that injury to Radcliffe.
Blythe inside to Thomas. Thomas kicks out the Gatlin. In turn, Williams. Williams with that step and then puts up the shot. That's long. Brown and Hicks there to meet it.
Richards.
Now, this is a foul on, you're saying Richards?
That
is
was
it?
no, it was Jacob Richards, not
Oh,
Canberra. Did you mean Brown battling for the ball?
I did, but he wasn't on there. My apologies, folks. I got a little bit confused. Sorry.
Don't worry. From behind with that haircut, did look very similar, but no, it is the birthday boy. It is the man who has afforded free tickets there for his nieces, Jacob Richards.
Stanwick's come down the floor. Good defensive pressure there by Blythe.
Great steal, nearly loses the handle.
Williams now in turn Gatlin. Gatlin going baseline. Gatlin one-on-one with Hargraves. Blythe for three.
No
just short.
good.
Hicks with another O-board. Dominating on the board so far. Thomas nearly loses the handle.
Good bounce pass.
Williams for the mid-range J off. Stanwick's good rebound. Now that is a foul on Lewis Thomas.
Yeah, he knew he made contact there. Louis just thought a bit of incidental contact, he might get away with it. Not too happy there. Substitution now being made. That will see McInerney check into the game. That being the third foul there on Lewis Thomas. Not necessarily one he wanted, but one he's had now. Still 6 and a bit minutes remaining here in the third quarter. It'll be interesting the man management that gets used now competing against a Lewis Thomas.
Now an offensive foul's been caught. I didn't pick that one up, JB. It's on Stanwicks here.
Yeah,
So,
I missed that one as well, Ronald. I saw looking a bit further down the floor, seeing how the defence of Geelong was going to set up, but that's just a turnover they didn't need to risk there, Hobart.
No, that's just a kind of a rookie error, so to speak. As Williams is now for the Supercats. They might take advantage of this 12-point lead. Williams, nice pass.
Good hands there by Hargrave. Good awareness.
Good read there by Geordie Hargrave. So I was going to say nice pass, but in turn it never was. And then, McInerney returns to the favour in kind and deflects that one.
Yes, the second McInerney I've seen in Australian sport. The first one, Shane McInerney, the AFL umpire.
Yes.
Geordie Hargrave there, just brushing by. Looks to be Shana Thompson walking past there on the sideline. Geordie relishing his minutes there.
Absolutely, he would be.
Loves the spotlight, old Geordie.
He does. Duffelmeyer, now in turn White. Now Hargraves with it. Hargraves pulls up over a crossover, and that's short. White saves it, and Williams was there to meet it.
Bit of a lull in play, able to let the Supercats get up the floor quickly.
Blythe for three.
Bang!
Yes. Blythe knocks down the three.
Oh, Richards no.
Richards nearly gets the response and draws a foul. That's on Cohen Blythe, and Jacob Richards will go to the line for two.
Richards with 26 points last week. The icing free throws in what was the double OT game against Frankston. He's going to look to make his free throws here. And a game that's now gone out to 15 points. Mark and Jarek Chivers just reassessing things as they go along as Richards goes to the line. That would be checking into the game there, Ronald. Our friend, Nathan Friend.
Friend.
Checking into the game.
It's been some, there's been some interesting surnames in the league, that's for sure. As Richards knocks down the second.
One name that you and I have been waiting for and haven't called yet tonight, Ronald. We'll see whether we get a chance.
Absolutely. So Gatlin now to Williams. Back to a little two-man game happening there. Now the Friend. Down low into, that was McInerney.
Stanwicks is out. He can jam it. Will he go
Stanwicks
up?
frozen
Yes!
down with a one-hand jam.
Bang!
Check Stanwicks, you little beauty.
Well, Mark Nash was surprised the first time he saw him throw it down, but there was no shock there. The crowd up and about on that one. 11 points down. A bit of a spark. Bit of a fire lit here for the Huskies.
And that's probably, is that the momentum they need?
I think it is. Just a play like that from a young talent like Stanwicks. He's had a good start to the first quarter, quite in the second, making an impact here early in the third, almost halfway through the third, in fact, and the Huskies just wanting to get on top here.
So Gatlin goes cross-court to Friend, and Friend was out of bounds, and the Huskies to get it back.
Friend by name, sideline not by nature, turns out, Ronald. That one out of bounds, and that will be the Huskies' ball. They're going to look to add some momentum here, and this is going to be big for Tad Duffelmeyer. Went 4 of 13 against Eltham last week in a heavily scouted game by Melbourne United. He's going to want to make an impact here against a team like Geelong who can contend for the championship.
Very loud music happening here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. Ball down low, Richards.
Going crazy right now.
It goes to Stanwicks for three.
Oh.
Just rattled out. Gatlin with a good rebound there for the Supercats.
Very physical.
And Gatlin now to Friend. Friend pulls up for a three. That's long. Richards with the rebound.
Friend by name, the role not by nature again, Ronald.
Absolutely. So Duffelmeyer brings it down. Stanwicks thinks about it, goes all the way, and then tries to put it up. And ball goes out of play. McInerney with good defence.
Yeah, smacking the ball over to a friend of the broadcast there, Glenn Fairfield, sitting over with our sign with us with his young daughter as well. So good defence there by Geelong. Less than half of the quarter remaining.
Absolutely. 4:40 remaining here. Duffelmeyer taking on McInerney. Duffelmeyer, nice pass
Good
to
Lord,
Stanwicks.
good pass.
And Stanwicks just couldn't finish it.
My
Duffelmeyer,
goodness.
great. Now, yeah, was that? Yeah, I go and say good play, but yeah, just out, according to referee Steve Middleton.
I think Duffelmeyer just wanting a bit of an early call on that one rather than sacrifice himself over the line. Nonetheless, that's the hustle this team's going to need again. Still down by 11, chasing against one of the best teams in the comps. Got to put all of their heart and soul into this one.
Geelong currently 4th on the ladder and showing you why they are one of the best in the league and have been for quite some time. As the ball gets kicked out to Friend for 3, and this time Friend knocks it down.
Third time lucky. Great shot there from a Friend there. That's
Nathan Friend.
That's exactly what he wanted there.
So Stanwicks, now Hargraves, as the lead is out to 14 here for the Supercats. Foul off the ball, foul on the play. It's on McInerney. It looks like Mark Shibbers will go for a timeout here, and will do. And we'll have, so timeout with 4:01 remaining, sees Geelong up by 14, 62-48, and it's been an interesting first 6 minutes so far, JB.
Very interesting first 6 minutes so far, Ronald. As we know, we have the NBL1 on tonight, and we have a lot of other things sport-wise happening around not only the country, but certainly concerning Australia as well. Many will know that the Cricket World Cup is on, Australia playing tomorrow night. Just a quick update here in the AFL scores before we get into some stats. The mighty Richmond Football Club are down at half-time, 43-39.
Is that a non-biased
It is not biased because the Tasmanian Kangaroos are beating them.
Oh, right. I don't know where AFL's coming to this broadcast.
As we have a quick look here at some of the numbers, 62-48, a 14-point lead to Geelong. Again, this is the point. 15 points was the original margin, but this is where the Huskies were last week. Not last week, the week prior. They're going to need to dig down and really get working here. Geelong on top in this contest, nearly a double-digit rebound lead. And as we know, when the Huskies get down with that sort of effort, they struggle to get the win. Shooting percentages all in favour of Geelong. Outside of free throws there, those in favour are the Huskies as well. Again, rebounding a big factor here. Total rebounds 35-27, blocks 3-2, steals 3 all. So a very interesting start there. Limited turnovers to this game in what essentially has been scrappy but has been a pretty balanced affair so far. The Huskies are really going to need to dig deep here. Looks like Matt Young has checked into the game, and he's going to have to fire an arrow at this hoop to really get this crowd alight.
So Young to restart now to White. With 4 minutes remaining here, term number 3. White now to Richards. Richards on his 18th birthday goes exploring. Nice moves there over McInerney and knocks it down.
Hip, hip, hooray. That's a birthday basket there for Jacob Richards. Beautiful up and under work there. Good pivot, good work inside.
Lovely move by Jacob Richards. It's Gatlin. Now Williams with it. As Geelong look to respond in kind. They're up by 12 here to Supercats as Gatlin. Good defensive pressure by White.
Oh, we're off to the races here.
Stanwicks now. It's out unsportsmanlike foul. It is, as it's on Friend, and Jack Stanwicks will get 2 free throws here. Now, Friend made no intent for the ball, according to the referees there, and under the interpretations, that is a clear unsportsmanlike foul.
Almost an enemy sort of foul there by Friend. That'll send Stanwicks to the line for 2, trying to make it a 10-point margin as Friend pleads his case there with the referee.
I don't think Steve Middleton will bite, by the way, either, JB, as Stanwicks misses the free throw.
No, Middleton, an experienced customer, has been reffing for a number of years now.
Many, many years, JB, I can tell you.
This is a reasonably experienced crew as well with Dave Farmers and Martin Parker.
Yes, so it's a very good refereeing crew on tonight, and they've done an exceptional job so far. As Young will restart, and of course, yes, credit to our referees in the league. They do a fantastic job, and being a former referee in the Siebel, I can certainly vouch for that. Duffelmeyer with it now here for the Huskies. Stanwicks. Now Richards for 3. Just short. Hicks with the rebound. Margin back at 11. Could be 13. Hicks! Oh!
Steamship down the lane.
I wanted a dunk from Hicks, but I don't know if Hicks could get upstairs. But a great layup, nonetheless. Duffelmeyer. Stanwicks puts it to the floor. Young for 3. Just long. Good rebound there by Williams.
As Geelong will head down now, Williams with the ball goes inside. Pull up 15-footer. Wanted the glass, didn't get it. And Young getting the second rebound of his career tonight.
So Duffelmeyer with it as Stanwicks. Now Richards, good cut. And Richards, nice patience, and puts the 2 in.
2 metres tall and has a lot of length on them arms of his, able to just work it inside against the bigs. And Jacob Richards having a good game so far, 14 points.
Williams for 3
Ooh.
and knocks it down.
He likes that one, and so the Geelong fan base there. It's back to 14 points, 2.5 remaining here in the third, and the Huskies really need to get a wriggle on.
So 14 is our margin as White pulls up for the mid-range shade. Yes.
Just the kind of jumper they need. Zach White seldom scores, but when he does, it's with purpose. Hopefully that sparks the squad.
So Gatlin with it. Gatlin putting on some moves. Goes to McInerney. In turn to Friend. Then Hicks. Now Friend for 3. Just long.
Zach White clearing the boards.
Yeah, White there with a clear rebound. As Richards comes up the floor now for the Huskies. Richards has Gatlin behind him. Ignores that. Stanwicks. Duffelmeyer from NBA range. Not there. Young. He goes down. Now it'll be a foul on McInerney. Geelong would say, well, there might have been a wet spot on the floor, but the referees will say that's a foul. So bonus 2 as Geelong are in the foul team limit. It's a young goes to line. Substitutions being made here, JB.
So that'll be, is it still Tucker or is it Williamson?
No, Goodwin was the
Goodwin, that was it.
Yeah, Goodwin was the message that we got through from a source.
Goodwin and
from Geelong, I might add.
Goodwin and Thomas checking in. Matty Young heading to the line. It looks like Jalen Adams is about to check into this game too. Back down to 12, and we're just going to want to see the shot made. So, excuse me, we're going to see both shots here made by Young as Jacob Richards heads out. He's had a tremendous third quarter, and the crowd greatly appreciating his contributions. 14 points, 3 rebounds on the night, but Matty Young needing to make these.
So Young at the line, knocks down the first. In some ways, you would say these are crucial free throws, really.
Go hard or go home, as they say, Ronald. The fascinating fact about the men's Huskies team is that they're certainly still within a chance. They're, willing to crack 500 here and look towards playoffs in the second half. Meanwhile, Geelong are wanting to cement their top 4 position heading into the break.
10 points is the margin here as Friend has it now here for the Supercats. So Friend now in turn Barley. Barley goes to Gatlin.
Oh,
what?
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Couldn't get it done!
Bang!
Adams is off and running here for the Huskies. Can we see something
block
here? Duffelmeyer.
White going up. Drawn a foul.
And there's a bit of contact there, and Zach White will go to the line for 2, but some excitement down the other end, JB. Oh, my.
Get out of my house, said Zach White. Bang, 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 he goes against the glass. He's had a very impactful third quarter here, Zach, on both ends. As Elijah Pawson checks in, the #1 fan of a lot of our younger spectators, the #1 player of a lot of our younger spectators so far. As Thomas heads to Thomas actually checking out the game here quickly.
That's his 4th foul,
That is his 4th foul. 12.7 rebounds. Has been quiet here in the third quarter. He's going to want to lift there, but this to make it a 8-point game. He makes both of these.
So White, and of course Zach White also taking part in NWBU action on North West Coast. His team Penguin are through to the grand final next Friday on the long weekend as he misses a second.
Yes, him and Jacob Richards, good teammates, so you can understand why they get on so well defensively on this Husky squad.
So Barley now Gatlin. Gatlin looking down low, goes to Friend there. Back to Gatlin, a minute remaining here. A nice work there as Goodwin puts on
Jalen Adams
now.
Hold
Adams
on.
is clear for takeoff!
Oh, that was a mild finish there.
Was that a squeaky clean dunk?
Russian Jobs gives it a 6, but that's a good finish, and that's lifted the crowd again. 7-point margin.
7 points is our margin here. Huskies getting a bit of momentum towards the end of the third.
That was a safer than sorry finish.
It was. Probably a good finish, by the way. Just a mature finish. Gatlin, good defensive pressure by Young. Barley for 3.
Oh, big rebound here. Good.
White with the rebound.
This is a big 30 seconds for the Huskies.
Coming down the floor now. There's Stanwicks. Just looking. There's
Pawson. One of the 3.
Pawson thought about to turn it down. Stanwicks. Oh, nice little move there with the crossovers.
Gets
Stanwicks.
inside. Needed the bailout pass.
Got caught out there.
Can we see?
Gatlin. All the way.
Good hands there by Pawson.
And a foul will be caught. I think that's going to be on Pawson. Yes, it will be.
But that's not a bad foul there. Good foul to give away. Only their third. 9 seconds flat remaining there on... Yes, 9 seconds flat remaining. So it'll be very interesting to see what comes of this inbounds play here. Huskies wanting a steal on a finish. Geelong wanting to break it to double digits.
Absolutely. So Goodwin with it. 6 seconds. 5. Barley with it all the way, and nearly off the window. Adams with the rebound, and three-quarter time sees Hobart with a spirited comeback, and they get the margin down to 7. It's Geelong 67, Hobart 60.
Zach White with a massive block there towards the end of the third quarter, just changing the momentum and perspective of this game. Jalen Adams with a very soft touch finish dunk there, also changing things. It's now a 7-point game, 67-60. As we get ready for some of our numbers to pop up screen here, we'll quickly run through. Gatlin leading the way for Geelong with 13. Thomas foul trouble, although, in 12. Williams with 11, Richards with 14, Stamix with 11 for Hobart. Field goals and shooting in general here, going all the way of Geelong, leading all 4 major categories, leading field goals 44-38, 2-pointers 47-45, 3-pointers 38-28, and free throws 78-75. As we get a couple more, some general team statistics here. 7-point rebound deficit in favour of Geelong here, 40-33. Tied on the assists, some extra defensive numbers there from the Huskies, but I tell you what, Ronald, the real story there was the closing moments of that third quarter.
Absolutely.
We both buckled up for a big dunk. Didn't quite happen, but a big block there from Zach White has changed the complexion of this game, and you can just sense the crowd can feel something's going to happen here.
Absolutely, JB. We know that the Hobart crowd can get into it, as you know, in history has kind of said this Hobart crowd can bring the Hobart team home, and we know that they can be really the sixth man of this game.
Well, I think the real problem here for opposing teams is it feels on top of you. A lot of different places around Australia. The bleachers might go back 4 or 5, but I mean, these ones go, you know, well, as we look at it there too, these ones go up near 20 rows of seats. People, you know, are standing on the rails right at the back there, trying to make extra room. I mean, you've got a brick wall behind you, so the sound's just bouncing back onto the floor. I mean, what else do you want for a home venue? We've got a very solid crowd in tonight, up on previous weeks despite the weather. So a thank you to everyone that's came out. A thank you to everyone who has tuned in to our live stream tonight, hoping to bring you the best coverage of the NBL1. Random statistics from our own sports here and there. Quick update in the World Cup. It's not looking good, that's all I'll say. 9 for 97 are Pakistan.
Good grief.
And the West Indies are bowling. They are my pick to make the semis, Ronald, but I have been known to make poor sports picks, so I will leave that there. Meanwhile, we'll get back to this game here. Geelong are really going to need to settle in this fourth quarter. They can't allow the momentum of Hobart to get involved. They're doing everything right, but they've just got to take the crowd out of it, in essence. But Hobart just can't get too excited. A young squad, easily excitable, need to go through the motions and stick to their game plan. I'm taking Hobart in a close win.
So Hobart have it as we start the fourth quarter. Stanwicks down low, Young over Goodwin, just off. Hicks with the rebound. Williams off and running. Geelong sparing no expense. Now, is that... Well, no. Gatlin wanted to tip in on the jam. He couldn't get up enough. Pawson there to tip it away. Stanwicks has it. Stanwicks and Williams go on the floor. Bodies flying everywhere. It could be, well, did he have prior opportunity? No, says the referee. Gatlin. Now Williams. Back to
Geelong are just going to settle.
And that's a good move here.
Good hands by Stanwicks.
Good work by Stanwicks, and the crowd appreciate that one, JB, as Stanwicks brings it down the floor now for the Huskies. Adams, now White. So ball back to Stanwicks at the 45. So Pawson puts it on the floor. Good kick out to Adams. Adams pulls up from the elbow. Tough shot. It's just long. Pawson could have competed on that rebound. Hicks was all over that one, and Gatlin has it.
Gatlin looking a little tired there, just wanting to slow the tempo down, get back into a half-court set. And as we can see, their substitutions getting ready for Geelong. They're just going to want to spark this through Rabula.
So Barley, now Hicks. Hicks, oh, nice fake, and puts it to the floor. Hicks puts up the tough shot. Not
Gatlin.
there. Good. Again, Gatlin on the boards, and Barley there to put it in.
Second chance opportunities have won the game for Geelong in the women's, and they're certainly winning them the game now. That's why they're winning the rebound battle, and they're in front on the scoreboard. They're just going to have to lift a little bit here, Hobart, and hustle a little bit harder on those loose balls.
So Pawson with it. Goes to Young. Young, good ball fake there. Looks inside, White thought about it and puts it up, and it was a good option.
Shoots with purpose, Zach White. Not an offensively minded player, and it's probably a good thing to have a defensive anchor like Zach. But again, as I mentioned, when he shoots, it matters.
Certainly does. Williams, now Gatlin. Margin at 7. We've played 2 minutes in the last. Barley. Yeah, good ball movement as Goodwin puts up a 3. That rattles out. White there with the board, and Hobart to come down now as both teams are slowing down after a frantic first couple of minutes. Pawson. Now Young. Again, Hobart a little bit stagnant in their offence here. Stanwicks
8
needs
seconds
to
to
get
play.
busy. Young open for 3, and it was a good option. Matty Young with a 3.
Just a nice point on the assist there. I think he's been told to calm down those arrows. But I tell you what, Ronald, we're back to a 4-point game here, and you just sense the Huskies are really going to try and work their way into it.
Yep, certainly are. Hicks.
Good
Now
ball.
Gatlin thought about it, turn it down. Barley inside to Hicks. Good action there with Hicks playing at the high post, and then a foul on the play here. That will be on Matt Young. No, Matt
Pawson.
Young. On Pawson, sorry. Thank you.
Yep, good foul there by Pawson. Not silly as Gatlin heads out, Rabula heads back in. But that's the sort of thing Pawson can do. He's in there for a bit of energy and can shoot, but he's certainly there as a bonus as well. He can commit those fouls. They've got plenty of young talent on the bench that can come back in and do the same, provide the same sort of energy that Pawson does.
Hicks with that nice ball fake.
Smooth
Puts it
handles.
Up. Yep, nice work there by Hicks, but missed a 2. Rebound there by Young, and Stanwicks to bring it up. 3 minutes in, term number 4. Stanwicks looks for Adams on the back door. Gets him at the corner now. Adams with the fake. Brings it down. Goes cross court to Stanwicks. Touch pass to White for 3. Oh, just flat.
There's been an impact player here in this second half for Hobart.
Williams off and running. Here's Barley. Good move. Oh, nice play by Geelong, and Hicks makes it.
He's a big body, heads down the lane. Matty Young takes all of the contact there. No foul call, but it's now back out to 6 for Geelong, and they're going to want to really hold out this Hobart crowd, who I can just sense are on the edge of their seat, not knowing what to do.
So Pawson, Young goes for 3, just short. And just taking some ill-advised shots here to Huskies. They just need to probably slow it down a little bit, JB, as Jacob Richards will come back into the ballgame.
Yeah, another big X factor here. As Mark has said in previous weeks in conversations, although Jacob and Jack are in this squad and are playing big roles, they're good for 5 or 6 minutes just due to the physicality. Mark Chivers knows that Jacob can give him a hard 5-6 minutes, and he's going to want to see him close out the game.
Duffelmeyer looking to check back in as well too. White here, Pawson, now Adams.
Quiet night for Adams so far.
Adams goes all the way. Good double team there by Geelong, and travelled in the process by Adams. And Geelong to get it back. Duffelmeyer will come in, Pawson to come out.
Elijah heading out, he's provided great energy, trained his backside off all year with the Huskies, and not only that, has worked hard at local level. So that's why you're seeing these extra minutes for a lot of these players. They're working hard, and Mark Chivers very happy to reward them.
Rabula, now Goodwin, inside to Hicks. Hicks with that turnaround J just off. Marchant still at 6, so this is in kind of arm's length here for the Huskies. They just need to keep on top of things. Duffelmeyer, good pressure by Hicks. He's having a good game so far. Adams puts it to the floor. Now comes back to Duffelmeyer. Shot clock at 10 for the Huskies. Duffelmeyer has to skip for a couple. Good hands there by Barley as Williams gets the scraps and is off and running. Williams looks to slow it down, and it was a good option as Geelong will look for a set. Now Goodwin for 3.
No
just
good
short.
rebound there by White.
So White with the rebound, and then Stanwicks coming up the floor. Stanwicks thinking about going to Richards, does so inside here. Adams one-on-one over Williams, doesn't get a use of a friendly roll. Rebound by Goodwin. Stanwicks near with a reach in. Now Williams and Goodwin combine on a 2-man game, and Goodwin makes the 2.
Jalen Adams just trying to soar over the top there for the block, not quite able to get there. And Hobart in real risk here of not closing this margin soon. The game could be over. 8 points is our margin at the moment.
Stanwicks down low to White. White with Hicks, now Richards, and was fouled there by Williams.
Geelong wanting a bit of a slip there, not to be. Lewis Thomas is going to check into this game again. Lewis Thomas sitting there with foul trouble, so he's going to need to be careful. He'll head in there. Heading out is Goodwin, number 45, so it'll be interesting to see what we get from here. Lewis Thomas is going to have to be very careful. We don't want to limit Geelong. Exactly, will not want to limit their rotations, particularly on a road trip that we'll see them on the northwest tomorrow.
Oh, Adams tried to go upstairs. Good pressure by Barley. And then, Adams, he tried to get to Duffelmeyer, but that ball ran out of court space in the end and went out of bounds.
Yeah, Duffelmeyer just not feeling himself tonight. I mean, a quiet 5 points on 40% shooting. And I mean, Tad's been good for 20-25 a game, particularly at home. So he's going to want to lift in this last 5 minutes. I mean, players like Zach White doing their bit. Jalen Adams as well, quiet with 6 points. And I mean, for Hobart to still be in it this far, with those two being very quiet, should be a testament to just how good this squad can be.
Williams. Now Barley in turn. Thomas with 4 fouls, so he make sure that he doesn't foul out here. As Williams puts on some moves over Stanwicks.
Nice.
And then short, and that will be on Hicks. as he went into Adams.
Flying in to crash the board there, Hicks. That'll only be his second foul, but he's been big on the glass tonight. 10 points, 14 rebounds. Has been pivotal and arguably been the best player for Geelong. Just winning that rebound battle, those second chance points, stopping that interior scoring of Duffelmeyer and Adams has been key. And, I mean, he's got to be close to player of the game for me so far.
Absolutely. Stanwick's with it now. Now back to White. Hobart trying to get through the set. Richards now at the 3. Stanwick's inside to Richards. Richards again. Oh, nice pass to Zach White for the 2.
Good passing there and good ball movement. Back to 6 points here for the Huskies. 4 minutes and change remaining on the clock.
This could go any way. Couple stops here by Hobart. Might just see him back in. And meanwhile, Geelong just got to keep their poise and keep at it.
Oh,
nice pass to Rabula as he misses the 3. Thomas with a nice pass out to the corner there.
Adams not wanting to rush it, just let Hobart get into a half-court set and be at Duffelmeyer's disposal.
Duffelmeyer now White. Stanwicks wants it and gets it. So Stanwicks pulls up for 3, just long, and Hicks was there for the rebound.
Another rebound for Hicks, 15 on the night.
Yep, he's having a good game so far as Barley. Now Williams, 3.5 to play here. As we come to you from the Kingborough Sports Centre, good deflection there by White.
Eighth turnover of the night for Geelong. It's been very efficient for both games here and both teams tonight here at the Kingborough Sports Centre.
Stanwicks finds the gap, goes to Adams for 3.
Big
Yes!
bang! That's what you need. A 3-point ball game, 3 and change remaining. It's going to be a hooter of a close.
3 points is our margin. Back on Geelong's terms now as Hicks has it. Goes to, that was... go to Rabula. Sorry, I just lost my focus there. And timeout's been called as the margin is now out to 5 points. Geelong 75, Hobart 70.
Mark Shivers wanting to light a fuse here under his players. Again, the big story of the second half. No, BJ Radcliffe has been out with a lower leg complaint, probably similar to the one he had last year. We cannot confirm that one, so we're hoping to see a result there from BJ, and we can certainly get on with that.
So 3:02 remaining as both teams and Mark Shivers goes into his huddle now, and of course Leon O'Neill has been around the league for quite some time now, just talking to his troopers as well too. So it's been a good night so far here, folks. It's great ball game. It's been, in the women's game, we'll just recap there, and Geelong winning by 28, 90 to 62 was the scoreline there, and Geelong keep top spot in the women's competition. Meanwhile, here, of course, at the moment, it is a 5-point ball game. It could go any way, really, JB. I mean, it's like, I don't know.
Could we be looking at overtime, Ronald? We've already seen an overtime game here.
I was going to say, we saw overtime a couple of weeks ago, it was last weekend, and there's potential. We could be here for a little bit longer if we wanted to.
We could be, if we want to, Ronald. I could call basketball for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you could.
But we had an overtime game here at local level here at the Kingborough Sports Centre during the week, but most notably double overtime for the Huskies, and this will really test their cardio and their legs if they can push this game right out.
So Adams with it now, as we're under 3 minutes remaining here. Term number 4 as we come to you from the Kingborough Sports Centre, live by the NBL YouTube channel. Richards down low, one-on-one with Thomas. Thomas, nice moves, and it was a travel, moved the foot, and it goes back now. Mark Shivers is barking out some instructions on where that play should have went to.
Yeah, dragged the pivot foot there, Jacob Richards, which was crucial. Huskies just needing to turn around there. Something to do with the clock, not quite organised. 2:44 remaining though, Ron. It's only a 5-point ball game. This crowd in stunned silence, actually not sure what's going to happen, much like you and I.
It's quite interesting, actually, to really think about it, as Gatlin goes to Thomas inside. Thomas kicks it out. Williams for 3. And just off. And crucial O-board there for the Supercats by Hicks. Now Williams, Hicks at the
goes
free
inside.
Throw,
he's a big body.
Now that's on Richards as Gatlin throws it down, and it looks like Hicks will go to the line for 2. Yes, he will.
Yes, Hicks heading to the line again. I feel that he's been the player of the game, not necessarily on the scoreboard, but the amount of points that Duffelmeyer and Adams haven't scored tonight have been pivotal. Again, it's only a 5-point game, so anything could happen, but I really just think that his presence inside has been key to Geelong's success. 16 rebounds. He's going for his 11th and 12th points of the game. Couple of blocks. There's the first free throw there, but, I mean, he's been pivotal. He's had, again, 16 rebounds. That's double the best of Hobart with Zach White, who's got 8. I mean, he's up there in the scoring. He's made both free throws there, so that puts him at 14 and 16. But a big double-double game. And again, that interior defence crashing the boards. That's why Geelong have the lead.
So 7 points is our margin. We just got 2 and a bit to go here in the fourth. Duffelmeyer throws it up for 3. That's long. You probably want that one to go down as they nearly turn it over. Hicks just going to slow it down here. No, Williams wants to go. Gatlin now slows it down. This is good clock management here by Supercats.
Oh, that pass a little too far. I think we know what they wanted. Big block there.
Nice block by White. It's Duffelmeyer now. Hicks playing good D. Now, late call here, and that would be on Hicks.
Yeah, just general body contact there. Certainly may have exaggerated a little bit there, Tad Duffelmeyer, but certainly some contact made. That will only be the third foul of Hicks so far. Again, 12.17 rebounds, certainly been the player of the game for Geelong. But we're inside 2 minutes, Ronnie. The Huskies are do or die at this point.
Yeah, they've got to get a basket.
A basket
here
from Geelong could end this game.
Oh, absolutely. But a basket here from the Huskies might make it a little bit interesting. White now, Adams for 3. Just short. Rebound by Thomas, and the height of Geelong here just really exposing Hobart a little bit on the rebounding efforts.
No doubt about it. They're a quiet rebounding night. They're down 42 to 51 on the rebounds, and again, no inside scoring as well. Again, the story of the Eltham game, which has cost them, and this could end it.
And it nearly did there as Hicks gets the rebound. Gatlin, again, Geelong doing the right thing here by slowing it down. 7 the margin. Shot clock at 6. Williams needs to get busy. Stanwicks put a hand in, and that's going to be waved off. Geelong want that to count, but it's not. It occurred on the floor. It's on Stanwicks, and it'll be a sideline ball.
Will be a sideline ball. 1:08 remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a very cold and crisp night here in Hobart and at the Kingborough Sports Centre, and Geelong needing a basket here to definitely put it away. Hobart wanting one crucial stop.
They certainly do. Stop here might make all the difference. As Williams and Duffelmeyer go at it now. White comes to the party, but Williams flies by. Ball goes everywhere, and White couldn't reel it in, and Geelong will get it back here.
Jalen Adams wanting to take a charge, not successful. As I mentioned, both himself and Duffelmeyer quiet tonight. They have combined for 14 points tonight. Usually both have had 20-plus points, so a very quiet night by anyone's standards for both of those gentlemen.
So, ball with, that is Gatlin. Gatlin. Oh, nice play there by the Supercats going into Rabula, who makes the 2 on that running layup. Duffelmeyer needs to and loses control, and that will go Geelong's way. And I think we can pretty much safe to say Geelong have this one in the bag with 34.6 remaining.
Yeah, almost all over Red Rover there. There's no doubt about it. As we get ready to head downstairs for our final interview of the night, as Geelong just try and close this one out. Hicks with the ball against Adams. Might want to go to work. Yep. I think he does. Yep. Goes to go baseline.
Foul. Yeah, foul on Adams.
Foul by Adams. That'll reset now. 20.4 remaining. That'll be their 4th foul. Again, Adams with a quiet night, 9 points. Duffelmeyer, quiet night, 5 points. Zach White with 9 points, not doing too bad. Richards and Stanwicks doing their bit as well. Just unfortunately not going to be enough to get over the line again. The big factor of this game, BJ Radcliffe heading out towards the end of the first half with a leg injury, did not return.
So Williams will take on White here. White goes all the way. Good defensive pressure there by Hobart. And ball goes up. Gatlin there to meet it now. Williams, and there's the 2. And Geelong will win this one by 11. Final score here at the Kingborough Sports Centre as that ball just gets thrown up from out of nowhere is Geelong 81, Hobart 70. And a good win there by the Supercats as they really got the momentum in that second quarter. As we're going to send JB down for a post-game interview very shortly. And as I said, it was Geelong's that late second quarter where they got the momentum and then got that lead, and they didn't look back after that. A great display here by both teams. It was a really good start to the game, and then all of a sudden, Geelong with that buffer, and all of a sudden, they hold on to that lead. BJ Radcliffe probably a big out there, some good veteran experience, and certainly Geelong full credit. They'll go to Ulverston tomorrow night to take on the Northwest Thunder as they look to go 2-0 on the road. We're going to put Jamie's mic up in a second. So Geelong is going to huddle, and then we're going to see if JB can get an interview. As we can, so we're going to do is just tell our cameraman here to make sure that we zoom in when we get the interview here. As long as
Can you hear me, Ronnie?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Ronnie?
Yes, I can hear you,
Ronnie's
JB.
got me good. We're just going to wait here. Marlo Hicks, big player of the game so far. We're going to try and just grab him for a post-game interview. Big numbers there, good internal presence.
Yep.
You've still got me, Ronald?
Yeah, I still got you.
Still talking away, right? No worries.
I'll talk. Welcome to live sport here, ladies and gentlemen. As we're just waiting for Geelong to come out of the huddle. Again, this is always interesting to see the away teams huddle like they do. And certainly a good character building and good team bonding as well too. So, so we're just waiting on the Geelong Supercats to come out here. So we can see Jacob, what do we got there? Jacob Richards is talking to the fans there. Of course, 18th birthday. Happy birthday to him, as we said at the top of the broadcast. And again, Geelong in that huddle there as we're just waiting. I'm hoping the guys at NBL1 HQ just stay patient with us. We want to get that post-game interview there as Hobart, as all the Hobart fans talk with their very own Hobart Huskies players. As Coach Leon O'Neill is having a chat with them now. Certainly, stay with it, mate. Stay with it as we're just telling our cameramen to hold strong here. Leading scorers was Williams and Gatlin. We looked like that was 13 apiece there. Hicks with 18 rebounds, and now Geelong should come out of the huddle as JB.
We're just going to see how we go here.
Yep. So
see what we can do.
So
see if we can get.
Yep. So as the Geelong Super.
See if we can grab Marlo quickly for a quick post-game interview. Only briefly, Marlo Hicks. We're down here at the moment, player of the game, up on the broadcast there. Yeah, easy, big time. You were a big impact inside Hobart's inside scoring limited thanks to your presence.
I don't know. I didn't think so, but I appreciate it.
You managed to crash the boards pretty hard there, used your size advantage to a great strength. I mean, do you guys pride yourself in being able to grab those boards and second chance opportunities, or is it just something that just comes within the flow of the game?
It helps that they played a lot of zone. I mean, free to roam around a bit and chase after those boards, but yeah, I guess that's my main role, is to grab boards and play D.
Someone like a Lewis Thomas, having played here before, knows a few of these players. What did he bring to the scout pre-game?
Not much, actually, to tell you the truth.
Jeez,
not much at all. Leon did all the work.
We won't. We'll try. Well, that one's on air anyway. It doesn't matter. But big fella, you managed to crash the boards and had a great impact. I mean, someone like DeMarcus Gatlin in this side as well. I mean, he's up there in the MVP candidacy. I mean, what does he bring to the group, and how does it allow you guys to really develop your own games?
Just his intensity, what he brings to training every week, to every game. He raises the level every single time we come onto the floor. Just his intensity and his talk, his physicalness, like when he goes inside, like his aggressiveness on the floor, everyone wants to follow suit. So he gets everyone up on defense and also on offense.
Just finally, you're heading away tomorrow night up to play the Northwest. What are you expecting out of them, and what do you need to take out of tonight's game heading up north?
Tonight's game, maybe not so much marry the offense, but take what the defense gives us. Not too sure. I haven't watched too much of the Northwest scout, but we'll do some tonight. But just our defense is what gets us, what keeps us in the game, in every game. So that's just got to stay at the highest level it can be.
Marlo Hicks, thanks for the interview. Our player of the game, and good luck up north.
Appreciate it.
Back to you, Ronnie.
All right, thanks, JB. Great to hear from Marlo Hicks from Geelong, and I hope the Geelong supporters appreciated that interview as we come to you live from the Kingborough Sports Centre post-game here as the Geelong Supercats win this one 81-70 here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. Well, that's all that we have time for here in this edition, or in this game, rather than a fact. Of course, Queen's birthday, long weekend next weekend, so everyone has next weekend off. So on behalf of Justin Bryan and our entire working crew here at the Hobart Huskies TV, I'm Ronald Riggs, and we're signing off, and we'll see you next time.